Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Airborne Dreadnoughts, where I'm about to take a bunch of torpedoes to the face. Dearie me. And of course, Twitch chat is here asking me questions about the game and keeping me focused and alert and definitely not missing all the important things. Yeah, so I think that the important thing to realise is if you look at the way the tech tree works, you can see there are techs that do not have hulls. They have a question mark. There is a hull that needs to be made to fill that gap. So I think all nations, when the game is finished, will have the same number of hulls. And they will have a hull for each tech. So they will all have, not the same hulls, but they will all have the same number of hulls. So you'll have, I don't know, 7 dreadnought hulls, a modernised dreadnought, 2 modern battleships, 2 super battleships, like something like that. Maybe some nations have some unusual and special ones, like experimental ships or something. But fundamentally, I think that is probably... Oh, fuck you, homing torpedo. Dud. Good. Fundamentally, I think that's the idea. So that, you know, what hulls you get is really the only thing that's different. Well, potentially, yeah. 3 modernised dreadnoughts. But, I mean, maybe that's where there'll be differences. Like, all nations will have a modernised dreadnought, but maybe Japan has 3. Some nations have experimental hulls that other nations don't. But all techs that could give you a new hull do have a hull. I think that's the key point. So you're never going to have... You're not going to have a situation where, you know, say Britain has, what is it, 7 dreadnought hulls, and the other nations have 4. That kind of thing should be evened out. So that, and you can tell, like if you play the game, there's a bunch of question marks on the hull text. Like that, was it the last episode? I've got the Advanced Battlecruiser 5 for Germany, and it says new hulls available ? If you see that, that means there is a hull that you should get, but you don't because it's not in the game yet. So you can kind of tell where new hulls should be, but they need their 3D artist, and there's exactly one, as far as I can tell, to make all the damn hulls, and that takes time. And yeah, some of the hulls are, you know, basically gone through the photocopier at 150% scale and things like this, but I mean, that's fair enough. Getting a bespoke hull for every single hull in the game is going to be something that perhaps modders will have to do, I reckon. Why would you use a small dreadnought? Because it's amazingly good. I often use the small dreadnought because you can build them to fulfill a different role. And they are cheaper, and you can fit the same number of guns on them. Like, the small dreadnought is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, you know, as I often have with that hull, you have the Dreadnought 1, which is your big fighty ship, and then you have your small Dreadnought, which is a, you know, you can make one half the price that carries nearly the same firepower. Like, they are very, very useful. But you don't have to use them. Similarly, you know, it's like, oh, you've unlocked the Dreadnought 3 or whatever it is, the Vendar one. I'm like, I don't give a crap because it's useless. I hate it, but other players don't. They like it. Some players like the small Dreadnought. Some people really don't like the small Dreadnought. It's fine. Yeah, and Baron not saying, yeah, you're right. Oh, by the way, thank you for the follow, Alex Dorber, I think that is. I should actually have a look at the Royal Navy's heavy cruiser. That is a little bit weird, but again, that hull is, there's only so much you can do with it. Officer Tracy, yeah, I think it would definitely be funny to have bad officers. Maybe you have to invest in your officer academy, and if you don't get bad ones, or you get events where it's like you can have $100 million on your, or 1% on your naval budget if you allow the Minister of Finance's son to join the Navy or something like that, and he's terrible. Something like that. There's loads of potential for fun and interesting gameplay there. But again, I think that's a pretty big thing to add. I think that's a huge amount of work to bring something like that in. It would be very cool. I think it would be worth it, but yeah, it's a lot. Kingswag, sorry, Automod tagged that. Yeah, well, I mean, Russia's a good example. I mean, maybe when you're playing Russia, you know, the Russian AI, you could program it so that it has a slightly higher chance to accept money in exchange for rubbish officers, so it ends up with a bunch of useless ones, or it consistently underfunds its officer corps. Ends up with that. Yeah, exactly. Here's 100 million, but you get a new captain who gives you a -1 base accuracy or something like that. Or you get an admiral who makes all of your ships stuck at stuck at half speed or something. Like, there's loads you could do with that system. Yeah, exactly. A Russian aristocrat wants to have his nephew captain the Kamchatka. Yeah, exactly that stuff. I mean, it'd be so much fun that you could bring into the game with that kind of nonsense. But again, I don't know if they are even thinking about the officer system. They certainly haven't mentioned it in a while. Impacting research, yes, that could be interesting as well. Yeah, we can do that. What kind of ship do you want out? I can't type umlauts, of course. I'm just going to end the battle seeing as I'm still on ×30. Yes, I do have problems with the British sticking massive fleets in Limassol. Absolutely I do. That happened in the... was that the French campaign that happened? Yeah, they just stick everything in Limassol for no reason. Yeah, I've got it. CA. Okay, I can do a cruiser for you. I can't do a battle cruiser because I don't have any. Well, I do, but they're going to get scrapped, so you don't want that. Would you like a 9-inch heavy cruiser or a medium heavy cruiser? Or would you like a heavy cruiser that's pretending it's a light cruiser? Okay. Everything but a destroyer. Very nice. Even if Helgelin does have to go back for probably some significant repairs. Okay, and we have another name. The Salt Spurg. That should be a Z, I guess. But it's emphasis on the salt. Right, let's have a quick look. Fleet. Type. No, class. So we've got Deutschland. Comet can be renamed. Is that right? Yep. And let's have this one be the... There you go. Done. I also had another one that I missed, which was the Verbesserung. Which can be this one. Right. Oh, and we got another request. Chat's like, here's all the requests. Let's go for this one. The Vansin. Alright. Speaking of cruisers, the Deutschlands are ready. So the Admiral Shears, which are complete garbage, I can start scrapping them and getting rid of them because they are just not worth it. In fact, I'm going to start doing that right away. So Admiral Shears, especially the ones that are being repaired, scrap, and then we're just going to scrap all of those. They're absolutely terrible. Bye-bye. Into the bin you go, because we have the Deutschlands, and we will soon have, well, not soon, but 15 months we'll have the actual full-on heavy cruisers, but that helps a lot. And also what I'm going to start doing is moving the bad ships away. Oh, that's an actual battle. Okay. No, the destroyers and the light cruisers, I just don't want them here. I want them somewhere else, and I do want those new heavy cruisers over in the North Sea. Right. Convoy. All right. Enemy smoke spotted to the northeast. Right. Let's find you then. I haven't started building battle cruisers yet, but I'll put that down. These fighter That's a BC. I'm assuming there's torpedoes coming my way, which is why I'm manoeuvring. I know they're old, aren't they? This is a funny thing about the 1920 start is, yeah, the cruisers are all hilariously out of date. Yes, changes to smoke interference. That will be interesting, for sure. And yeah, you'll be able to build ships that don't completely suck early on. Shoot the one that you can actually, you know, hit, please. Thank you. Yeah, here come the torps. Ahead time. I need to tell you what. What I'll do, what that I originally put that on for, is to run an ad on Twitch. But to do that, I actually have to tab out of the game and all the rest of it when I'm recording. So that doesn't work when I'm doing Dreadnoughts. I can do it when I'm doing other games, though. So what I will do instead, thank you for the follow, Tom Toasampa, is I will run an ad for myself. So, let's see. Ways you can support the channel. Obviously, you can watch. That helps hugely. Watch on Twitch, watch on YouTube. Stick the YouTube video on at half speed in the background or something. It's all good. Yeah, just watch my stuff, engage with it, give it a like, give it a comment. All absolutely free for you, but does really help. Other free things you can do is join the Discord. Doesn't give you money directly, but it's always nice to be able to connect to community and chat with people and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that. This is indeed German campaign. This is this is the Salty Saga, which I'll explain in a minute. Other things you can do to support the channel, if you just want to give a one-off thing, if you're on Twitch, you can give bits. If you're on YouTube, you can become a channel member. Or you can give me a super thanks. And then if you really want to help, I have a co.fi link. So you can send me one-off donations. And then the big one is I have a Patreon. And there'll be a link. There's a link to both of those in the channel. In the description of the video on YouTube, or you can just type !Patreon if you're on the Twitch chat at the moment, and that is huge. That is basically what lets me earn money doing these videos is the Patreon, and I'm hugely appreciative of everybody who can give any form of monetary support to the channel. I'm not expecting it by any means, but it is enormously useful. No maneuvering. Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be fun. Oops. God damn it. Yeah, well, you can blame Al Coffin for this. Not allowed to maneuver for the rest of the battle. That's mean. That's really mean. So yeah, so this is the Toa Sampa. This is the Salty Saga. So it's German legendary campaign, 1920 start, with random AI personalities, random and AI generated fleet as well, which I'm desperately trying to I'm desperately trying to refit or replace, but I'm not allowed to replace ships unless I unlock a new hull. Oh, you're playing Rule the Waves. Yeah, I'm very excited for... Well, I'll definitely try out Rule the Waves 3 when it comes out, which I know is just Rule the Waves 2, but with extra bells and whistles. Changing speed is maneuvering, I would argue. Like, changing speed is a maneuver. It's not just changing your rudder. That's steering. Maneuvering includes changing your speed. And now I can't fire, so have fun with that. Yeah, I'll definitely try out Rule the Waves 3 when it comes out. Could certainly be interesting. Yes. So basically what you do was make me stop being able to do anything. Heimdall survived though, which is impressive. But we're not going to get the victory I was hoping for. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. If UAD can get a better formation system and bring in those AI templates, I think it'll be very, very solid. Oh, and if they fix the target lock bug, which drives me out the wall. And victory, sort of. Heimdall damaged due to sabotage from Twitch chat. Yeah, sunk a bunch of stuff. The cruiser apparently got damaged as well. I didn't even notice. Right, let's go. Oh, that's sad to hear. Right. This way. It wasn't sabotage, the wheels stopped working. Yeah. Yeah, be on Steam. That'll be good. Yeah, I'll definitely have a look at it. I'll definitely feature it if and when it comes out, because I think it'd be a very cool game to try. See if we can reduce the Royal Navy's light ships by a bit. You can't do destroyer-only campaigns. Like, it's just not doable. You need capital ships, because if you don't have them, the AI has vastly more power projection than you, and then you immediately get blockaded, and then your economy goes down the toilet, and you will die. That's basically what happens. I've tried it. Like you really can't avoid being blockaded, even if you win literally every single battle you fight. You can't break out from that. Because power projection is based on hull type, tonnage, and range. So battleships are inherently just so much better at projecting power than everything else, which makes perfect sense, but out the Black Prince over there. So we can hit the Steadfast. Right, just see if we can hit the Edinburgh. Nope. Oh yeah, for a moment there, I think you were comparing the Austro-Hungarian Navy with the current US Navy, and I was like, what? I hate to break it to you, but the Austro-Hungarian Empire no longer exists. Okay, Chinese fleet, yes. Yes, indeed. They have the same similar number of ships, but yeah, they are not as large, and they're not as capable. Well, I mean, I think, you know, Austro-Hungary versus Japan in dreadnoughts, at any rate, is unlikely to happen. Simply because there's no conflict between the two of them at the start of the game. But say you are playing Austro-Hungary and you take French Indochina, aka Vietnam. Suddenly, you may well come into conflict with Japan. So it really depends how the game progresses. Dud. Thank goodness for that. Using the blooming cloaking devices again. There she goes. When's Rule the Waves 3 planned to be playable? I mean, even if it's early access, I'd be curious to try it out. And yeah, that's a good point. Like, potentially, you know, yeah, okay, Japan, the Japanese fleet isn't going to come knocking on Austria's door, but if, say, Japan was allied with the British, and the British are at war with Austria-Hungary, and allies are allowed to use each other's ports, so I'm going to take a... Oh, another dud. Whew. Then, potentially, then that's not as bad. And you could see Japanese ships operating in the channel or something. Because I mean, if you think to World War II, you know, USA had quite a lot of fleet assets over in the North Atlantic and the Channel, particularly for D-Day, but also Operation Torch. You know, and they're relying on British bases. February 2023. Okay, I will keep an eye out. There goes the Black Prince. There's a destroyer. There's something else as well out there. I think it's probably another destroyer. But do you know what? I'm just going to end here. I'm not bothered chasing down. Two light cruisers in the destroyer. Can't be bothered. Got the main prize, which was the Black Prince, and we've got a couple of small ships. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, go for it, William Mammoth. If you've got the points. Yeah, Russian Pacific Squadron. Exactly. You have to have something for the Russians to be worried about. Right, I'm quickly going to take stock. Our active fleet is down to 42 because I scrapped a bunch of rubbish. So that's actually a bit better than it looks, because you know, 5 of those our heavy cruiser fleet has basically gone from being trash to actually usable. What kind of ship do you want for that, Willie Mammoth? What kind of ship would you like? I would suggest some form of heavy cruiser, but it doesn't have to be. Oops. The other thing to do is to make sure that all the heavy cruisers coming across. Yeah, I think there must be some allied port thing going on somehow. I know. We've done videos together on YouTube. Yeah, if you search up World War II Battleship League, you'll find them. Yeah, William Mammoth, what kind of ship do you want? I'll just pick one for you if you want. You can have this one. Whatever. Right, there you go. You're getting a Valkyrie class. Hope that's okay. Right, I think I'm going to end the episode here. Yeah, I'm going to end the episode here. And I'm going to say thanks very much for watching. And I will see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.